Hello everybody, welcome back to Embetronics. In this Linux device driver series, we will be using the BeagleBone Green Board Raspberry Pi Ubuntu machine. In our previous video, we have seen how to set up the Ubuntu and Raspberry Pi. In this video, we will see how to set up the BeagleBone board and how to update the Linux kernel in the BeagleBone board. Let's get started. We are just following the guide from this website. Check the description for all the links. First, download the latest Debian images. I have downloaded it already. You will get a file within an extension of XC. Just extract it. We have got an image file. Then download the Win32 disk imager. Install it. I have installed it already. Now insert your SD card into the PC and format it. Now open the Win32 imager. Pick the image file that we have downloaded and select your SD card drive and write it. It will take few minutes. It's completed. Close that application and eject your SD card. Now insert the SD card to the BeagleBoard Green. Then insert the USB cable. Now the BeagleBone board will boot from the SD card. Just wait for some time. Now it has been detected in our Windows machine. We can connect the SSH to the BeagleBone Green. In this video, I am using the Teraterm. You can use any other SSH terminal also like PuTTY. Give the host address. By default, it will be 192.168.7.2 and the port number is 22. Click OK and continue. Provide the username and password. The default username is Debian and the password is temppwd. We got the terminal using SSH. Let's check the kernel version using the unamear command. Now the Linux kernel 4.19.94 is running. Now the BeagleBone has booted from the SD card. So whenever you power it on, the BeagleBone will boot the complete system from the SD card. If you don't want the BeagleBone to boot from the SD card, then there is another way. It has an internal eMMC flash memory. We can copy the images to that flash memory. So in this case, we can save the SD card slot for some other purpose. Let's see how to do that. We have to edit the uenv.txt file under the boot directory. Enter the password temppwd. Go to the last line and uncomment this, which will tell the BeagleBone to copy the images from the SD card to eMMC flash memory. Just remove the hash symbol. Then save and close this file. Now reset the BeagleBone and wait for few minutes as it has to copy the data from the SD card to the flash. You can see the LEDs are blinking like this during that process. When the process is finished, all the LEDs will go to the off state. Now the LEDs are in the off state. Remove the power and take the SD card out from the BeagleBone board. Now you don't need the SD card to boot as we have copied the data to the flash memory. Power on the BeagleBone. Now connect to the BeagleBone Green using the SSH. The username is Debian and the password is temppwd. See, now we got the kernel up from the eMMC flash memory. It's time to update the kernel to the new version. If you like and subscribe to our channel, that would mean a lot to me. Please do that if you like our content. In the initial part of this video, we have connected the BeagleBone board with the host machine using the SSH connection. Now let's use the UART connection so that we can see the U-boot prints as well. Connect the USB to serial converter to the J1 pins like this. You can see the U-boot prints. We can access the kernel U-boot from the UART itself. If you don't want the UART, then you can use the SSH, but you will have to wait till the kernel boots. You cannot see the U-boot prints if you use an SSH connection. Now we will set up the host Ubuntu. Go to Home and open the terminal. First, let's install the packages that we need to build the Linux kernel. I have given all the comments in the description. You can check it out. Now install these applications. Then create a new directory called bbg. I have created the directory already, so let's get into it. Then clone the Linux kernel from GitHub. Let me make the terminal bigger. I have cloned the kernel already. Next, go to the Linux kernel directory. Now check out the new kernel. In this example, I am going to check out the Linux kernel 5.10.65 TIR23. You can select your desired kernel. I have checked out the branch already, so I am stopping it. First, we will write the default configuration. Then run the menu config. You can enable or disable any components using this menu config. Here, I am not modifying anything. Now, let's build the Linux kernel using this command. This will take time. It took 40 minutes for me, so wait patiently. It's done. Let's build the modules. This also took 40 minutes for me. Now we will create a temporary directory that resides outside of the Linux kernel directory. See, I have created it already. Please create it if you have not created it previously. We will install the modules into the temp directory using this command. It will install the modules inside the temp directory. libs modules 5.10.65. It's done. Now we have everything. Let's copy the kernel, modules and device tree files to the BeagleBone board from the host Ubuntu machine. I am using rsync to transfer the files. These files will be copied to the home Debian directory in the BeagleBone. First, we need to attach the BeagleBone USB to this Ubuntu machine. Go to Devices, USB and select Seed BeagleBone Green. Now the USB will be connected to the Ubuntu VirtualBox. First, we'll ping the BeagleBone to check whether it is up or not. 192.168.7.2. Okay, it's up. Now we can copy those files. First, we will copy the modules to the BeagleBone. there is an error. Remote host identification has changed. Let's remove the old host key using this command. Now we will run the rsync command again. See here, I am copying the files under temp lib modules to Debian. Enter the password, which is temp pwd. Now we will copy the device tree files which resides in arch arm boot dts directory. Finally, let's copy the Linux kernel gimage. Now we have all the files in the BeagleBone board under home Debian directory. We will have to move those files into the proper places. In the target, which is BeagleBone board, rename the gimage to VM Linux 5.10.65 Ti R23 and place it under boot directory. Just run this command. Then let's move the modules to lib modules. Now that also moved, let's create a new directory called 5.10.65-Ti-R23 under boot DTBS. Now we will copy those DTB files to the newly created directory. Then edit the uenv.txt file which sits under boot directory. This yard terminal is not convenient to edit the files. Let's disconnect this and open the Teraterm. We have opened the file in yard terminal, so close it and reopen it with this Teraterm. Go to the top of the file and update our new kernel name to the uname_r. 5.10.65-Ti-R23. Save and close this file. In the new kernel, Ethernet via USB 0 will not be enabled by default. So we have to load the module called gether at the boot time. Let's edit the etc modules and add gether. Then save and exit the file. Now we will reboot the BeagleBone board. It is loading the new kernel. Enter the username and password, which is Debian and temp pwd. Let's check the kernel version. Wow, finally we have updated the new kernel 5.10.65. If you check ifconfig, USB 0 won't be there. If you see the ifconfig-a, then USB 0 will be there, but IP address is not assigned. To add that, we need to run this command. Run the command and check the ifconfig. See, we got the USB 0 and IP address is 192.168.7.2. Now we can use the SSH connection in the new kernel. If you want to use SSH in the Windows machine, then you have to install the RNDIS driver. But in Ubuntu, you don't need to install anything. That's all guys. If you found it helpful, then please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video. Take care.